over here.
Tim, I'm an Anglican pastor, St. Stephen's Church in Sewickley, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I know it.
Oh, great. We have a small group community along the lines of what you've described with daily office, accountability group, spiritual direction, and so on. There's been a lot of fruit from that, but there have been two counter challenges.
Okay.
One is it can breed a clericalism of the laity, where you have the super spiritual lay people who sign up for this small group program. And so that's one issue. The other is a time issue of how much people are committing to these kinds of practices, which actually eats away at their missional commitment to the outward emphasis in the community.
Well, you know, I'd have to sit down and look at exactly how much time it took. But the first part, the super spirit, this is what Calvin was trying to get away from. He didn't really want it to be optional. He wanted everybody do it. And that gets rid of the feeling that some people are elite. I mean, that's the whole problem with monasticism, is you have a bunch of elite people who are really being religious for the rest of us. And so it's difficult, because I know in America, you can't and it's very hard to be, people don't want to be regimented, they want to have options. And so the people who opt for this will end up maybe developing some pride. It's a problem. I mean, listen, I've told you, I want to learn from your questions rather than, there are some places where I could give you a lot of answers in subjects I think I know more about. I don't feel like I know as much about this. The second thing, though, about the time, you do have to make the case that mission is a formative practice. And so you have to make time for it. And if you don't have time for mission, you need to make sure that whatever your formative practices are, they're well balanced. For example, you can't have someone who says, I get through all the Psalms every day. So I'm not going to work, and I'm not spending any time with my children. I mean, that's ridiculous. But I'm saying you wouldn't want to just take one practice and drill down on it and leave all the others go. So you do have to make the case. And I tried to say something at the very end, that Calvin didn't do the mission thing because it was a state church sort of situation. But mission is one of the formative practices. So you just have to go back and say, if you don't have time for mission, then you're giving too much time to these practices and not enough time to this. That's how I would start to argue.